Well, howdy my fellow people-rinos, and welcome back to the channel, or indeed, welcome to the channel. Today, a little YouTube experiment. What makes some videos get 1,000 views, some videos get 100 views, and some videos get a couple of views. Mainly probably the YouTube search systems and things like that, and keywords and stuff, and the algorithm. But also, I think a big part of it is probably the thumbnail. Scrolling through, something needs to catch your eye. Now, I'm going to go through and do a little experiment here today. I'm going to choose one of my older videos that's got a couple of views. I'm going to change the thumbnail to something a bit more eye-catching and change probably the description to see if we can get more views on it. I'm going to test it for a length of a month and see if we get any more views. So today's the 8th of February. We'll test it out to the 8th of March and see if anything appears or not. So let's have a look, see what video we can choose. Well, let's choose one that's a bit older because why not? Probably one of the Subnautica ones. There you go, 3 views. Subnautica 2021 gameplay. Do a rescue mission. Rescue missions and biogenerator poop power. So, I mean, the thumbnail of this was a biogenerated poop power. But you wouldn't know that because you can't see that in the description, but you just see me holding my nose with a biogenerator, wherever it's gone. Where's it gone? There. So perhaps something a bit more catchy than that. Let's head on across to our favourite program, Photoshop, and see what we can do. So here we are, the original thumbnail. It's fairly simple. There's a picture of the biogenerator with some poop and some corn floating around it, and me holding my nose and Subnautica. Fairly simple. Just poops and things. And me. A biogenerator. It kind of tells a story, but obviously not that well because not many people have clicked on it. So we're going to keep the thumbnail, the subtitle image, and probably that's about it. There's a random piece of corn there. There was a random piece of corn. Oh, there it is. Random piece of corn there. So what I'm going to do is that. Let's group all these together and get rid of them and see what we can do. Now, it does pay to have a look at. I don't need that. There we go. Perfect. Hide that. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. That's all we've got left. So that start the background and the title. And it does pay to go onto YouTube and have a look, see some of the thumbnails that people created to give you an idea. Don't steal their ideas. Do not steal their ideas. But inspiration is good. Some of the bigger ones. Some are quite simple, some are quite ornate, some are quite complicated, so head across there and check them out. So here we go. Just type in Subnautica gameplay. It's a thumbnail there. It's quite a simple one. He's got 806,000 views. Well done to Christopher Odd, your official tick person as well. Great. Second one. Very simple, long play. All it says there is Subnautica 100% gameplay walkthrough with no commentary. So literally just playing the game non-stop. 603,000 views. So why do they get more views than other people? I don't understand. But anyway, so the thumbnails are pretty similar. Everything's blue. Some have got people in. So there's a nice cartoon one there. I mean, that's lovely. I've got 13 million views there. 24 hours straight of Subnautica. That'll be a long session, but nice and cartoony. If you have the time to do that sort of thing, perfect. It'll just stand out from the crowd. So we're noticing that everything's blue. So if we want to stand out from the crowd, we're going to have to steer away from blue, I think. Unfortunately, that is the colour of the game. Everything is blue in the game, so we'll have to see. But okay, so here we are. We're going to hop back to Photoshop and see what we can find. Right, so here we are back in Photoshop. That was the old colour there, so it's blue. It doesn't stand out from the crowd. So we've got a new layer, and we're just going to do a simple colour overlay, I think. Colour overlay or gradient overlay? Could do gradient overlay, I suppose. But what colour? We'll just stay away from blue. We've got standard because how about that? Let's see what that looks like. Does that stand out a bit? Oh, it's a bit more brighter. We're going to have to do something about a Subnautica castle as well, so we're going to have to probably put out a glow on it. Blue or white? Yes, plenty of opacity, please. I'm sorry. There we go. Plenty of opacity. Let's see it there. Spread. There we go. That makes it stand out a bit more. Ooh, make it pop a bit more. There we go. Okay. So now we have yacht. Here I have a picture of a life pod. I'm going to... there we go. Going to try that because it's a rescue mission, so we need a life pod. It's a lovely, lovely life pod there. Life pod 6. Perfect. So we go. We've got life pod and that sending out. Probably going to give that an afterglow as well because everyone likes an afterglow. Makes things pop off the page a bit more. We might also give it a drop shadow, give it a bit of depth. It doesn't make that much difference, but it does make it pop a little bit more. So there we go with life pod, Subnautica, straightforward, simple, but popping out a bit more than the blue. And here we have just a quick picture I took on my mobile phone, obviously, just so I can use it for example for the thumbnail. So here's me. Probably need to do some little corrections because apparently I've got fluff everywhere on my black top because that always happens. Because it's a black top when it gets fluffy. So, select subject. I'm going for I can hear an SOS sound and do some SOS writing coming out of the actual... didn't want to press that. Coming out of the actual life pod to see if we can save our crewmate. Because no one wants to get stranded in Subnautica, even though we do, because it's kind of fun. And I do love that game. Hey, supported devs, send me a plushie. I want a plushie. I want a Peeper plushie. Right, so just, again, take more time to do it, but this is for a video, so you know. Right. Doing two lots at once for some reason. Anyway, I'm over here. I'm massive, but I'm over here. And I'm looking like I'm hearing something. However, the sound will not be coming from that direction. It'll be coming from that direction. So we'll just flip ourselves. I can hear you now. Hear me now. Okay, I'll fit it with the left a little bit. And adjustment, you know, give it shadow and highlights. Drop the shadows down a little bit. Put some highlights in for me. So it looks like I'm actually a human being for once. And position it a little bit better. There we go. Right. So there's me. I'm also going to give myself a glow because that was a style about 3 years ago. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And probably give myself a drop shadow as well. Make it stand out a bit more. So we've got me. We've got the title of the actual game, and we've got the life pod. Perfect. Now I don't want to save it. I definitely don't want to save that image. It's terrible. Look at it. I'm horrendous. But it might work. It might work. So next we're going to have to put some SOS sounds going out of that. So simple text. SOS. Perfect. And we want to find a nice bold asphalt. That might work. Yeah, sure. So we've got an SOS there. So we're going to have to do some creative work to it. So we're going to apply effect to this font. Oh, yeah, didn't want to do that. Nope. Going to apply effect to this filter. What filter we're going to use? We're going to use distort, and we're going to use a wave. Convert it to a small bit. That's fine. Yeah, let's see what that does. No, let's try it slightly differently. Wave. Yes, convert small is fine. The wavelength a bit. There we go. Okay, so we're going to... yeah, that's fine. We're going to head it over here to make it look like it's coming out of the pod. And we're also going to give it an outer glow because it doesn't stand out from the background much. I don't want on screen, I want on normal. There we go. Wow, that's massive. Well, SOS it like that so it pops out. So now it looks like we're trying to rescue someone from the pod. Now we can make it a bit more sneaky than this. Perhaps put a shadow behind it of a Leviathan. I don't know. Do you want it to pop out? I don't know. We'll see. Well, first of all, let's save this project. So we know it's going to pop out because it's not blue. I think is the main problem. But does it look a bit plain? It does look a bit plain. Let's see what else we can find. So here we have another thumbnail from a different video, and I have a Leviathan on it. So I might copy that. Where There's the background. There's the background. Stick it in the background. Now she's chunky. She looks like she's going to eat something. But it's kind of getting complicated now. So if yeah, there we go. That looks a bit more confusing now. Confusing? A bit more confusing. So you can just see the shadow in the background. There's a live pod. There's an SOS going out. There's me listening to the SOS. Yeah, let's try that then. So we've got that thumbnail saved now. Right, let's see if we've got something like that. And there we go. Now it's definitely going to stand out a bit more than all the blue. So hopefully it gets some more images, more clicks and things like that. So we're going to head over to YouTube and see if we can update that video. And here we are. Poop video. So let's go across to edit. Public and thumbnail. So we're going to change the thumbnail. And there's our thumbnail. So hopefully that will change up soon. Right, so what we've got here. Subnautica 21 gameplay. So we'll change that to SOS. Saving our stranded shipmates. Yeah, saving our standard shipmates. That sounds alright. SOS, saving our standard shipmates. Doesn't actually make sense SOS wise, but SOS exclamation mark. There we go. SOS exclamation mark, saving our stranded shipmates from Leviathan attacks. There we go. That makes more sense. Right, so we're going to save the changes to that video. So we've made the saves and changed it. It's going to take a while for YouTube to catch up and change the thumbnail and things. Yet it still is on the old one and things like that. They have changed the title though, which is nice, but we're still waiting for the new thumbnail to update. However, we're going to see if that makes any difference. If it does, then it might be worth going through and checking out some of the other thumbnails and titles and things and see if we can change them to get some more views to the channel, because as you know, and as I do, as a beginner YouTuber, it's really hard to get views. It can be very difficult to get views. I've got lots of videos up, not a massive amount of views on all of them. There's some big ones. I do have some big ones and they're great, and thank you for all my subscribers as well. But this is a little test to see if it actually does work. Fingers crossed it does. If it does, then we can perhaps do some more. Who knows? But thanks for joining me for this short video, and we'll see you in a month, hopefully, with some results. Yeah, don't forget you can subscribe to the channel. Thank you to whoever subscribed so far. If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up. You can also check out my social media content as well. You know, the usual social media, blah blah blah. You can also head across to my website, www.1hl.co.uk, for geek, gamer, nerdy, retro designs designed by myself on t-shirts and hoodies, that sort of thing. Head across there, check it out, see what you think. Well, thanks for joining me, and hopefully this experiment works. We can actually hopefully get some higher up views on the YouTube scale. Stay safe. Much love. See you in a month.